Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So it's been quite some time since I've done a video on the channel, so I thought I was gonna just quickly explain the system for you guys. So in my Discord server, I'll go ahead and open it up right here. You can see if you go to free models right here, there's gonna be a link to join the server in the description. There's this main menu system right here. So just download this file and go in Studio. Once you have the file downloaded on your computer, you want to go to Workspace, click on it, and then go to Insert from File. And then you want to grab the main menu one, and it should get in your game like this. So you'll see a folder in your game, and you should see this like red and blue part. If you see these, that means you've done it correct. And make sure that the folder is in Workspace as well. I mean, you can put it in material service, for example, but then you won't see the parts. You want to mess around with the parts for a bit. So essentially now you can just press play and it's going to work. As you can see, we have the game name. You can change to whatever you want. We have like a shop which you can open here. You open and close, and you have the credits. The rest of the UI is deactivated, so you can't even mess this up. And you have this play button with a little effect, and then you spawn at the blue part. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the red part was like the camera part. So, and there's some music as well. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys how this is made, like if you're interested in seeing the work behind this, and how you can configure it. So I'll move the spawn point temporarily, and I think we'll just grab like a small map, like if we just type map. Just need something. There's the Brookhaven map. I don't think we want that. If we just get a I just want to get a small map, like let's get the city map. Okay, we got this one instead. Don't think we want to do that. Let's do the city map. I don't know how big it is. Wow, that's big. Okay. So yeah, don't use free models, but this is just to show you guys what I mean. I want to remove this big part. I don't know where it is. City. Alright, whatever. We have this big part right here. This big map. And let's say we wanted the camera point to be like over this river, like the menu should be over this river, right? So what you want to do is inside the main menu system, I know we have some stuff in the way now, but you essentially just want to grab these parts, both the blue and the red one, and just drag them over to wherever you want to be. So I want mine to be like from where I'm looking right now, to like look over the city. So that's the red part, and then the blue part is where they're gonna spawn. So I'll go ahead and open Workspace, and I'll grab the camera part, and I can just move this one now. So I'll get it up, and I'll move it, make sure that the front is facing the way I actually want. Like if it's wrongly rotated, then it's gonna face the other way. We don't want that. So I'll move this a bit back, a bit up, and I think this is good. And I'll just grab the blue part, and I'll put it like on this bridge, right? So I think this is good for now. So we can just go ahead and play this, and you don't actually have to do anything with the folder. It's gonna clean up itself. And there we go. As you can see, we are looking like over the city now, and it works as it should. And you can press play, and we should spawn at the blue part, just like so. And you can also just go ahead and make these parts invisible. Hover, like select both the parts, go to properties and type transparency, and just set this to 1, and they're gonna be invisible. There we go. So essentially this is all that you need for the menu system. You can implement this in your own game easily, just like this. But if you're interested in how it works, then keep watching, because I'm gonna explain it now. So basically inside this folder, we're gonna drag out the Explorer a bit. Inside this folder, we have, we can go and remove the city map. I don't really want this. There's a few of like these folders inside the main one. It's like to hold it kind of organized. And essentially these are like representing the places that they need to go in. So for example, in Lightning, we want to have the blur. And inside CERN service, we want to have these sounds. And inside Started UI, we have this. So normally you'd have to drag, say, the Lightning one, go in here, press ungroup. But the system, if you have the auto setup correct, like enabled, You can have it disabled, and if we try to disable it, it's not going to set up for us. You see the system won't even run. We'll open both this and the README. But if you have it on like this, it's just gonna like work because it's gonna do everything for you. I think I enabled the wrong one. Yeah, I enabled the README. Like this, we enable the auto setup and boom, it works. So inside the auto setup, it's pretty easy. We're just getting the services that we are using for the system. So everything that's over here. And then we're just quickly looping through each folder. We're checking which folder it is, so we're just checking the name of it. So if the folder that we're looping is, if it's say lightning, the one we got to is lightning, then it's just gonna take the folder, put it into it's gonna like open the folder lightning, it's gonna take each element, put it into its right place, and then it's gonna delete the folder. So yeah, folder destroy deletes the folder after we've moved every object into its designated place. And then we just end up removing the main folder afterwards. So essentially it removes everything, so there's no like mess, and you can do it like you want. But if you want to set it up like normally, you can go ahead and disable the auto setup. You can even go ahead and delete it if you want it. And inside the README, there's just some info, blah, blah, blah. We don't really need this. And then you just want to grab everything. So lightning, you just want to grab the blur, put it into lightning. Replicated storage, just want to put it into here. Sound service, you can put all these 4 into sound service and so on. I'm just going to do this for every single one. There we go. And we can go ahead and delete the folder. And when you play the game now, it should work. There we go. As you can see, it works like this. So that's just the manual approach of doing it. Also, if you're tired of this UI in your way, you can go ahead and go into view up here and then UI visibility. Go ahead and turn that off right there. So the actual scripts for this system, you can see we don't have anything server sided, which I mean you could have, but there's no need since we want it to be represented on each client, therefore in local scripts. We have a few scripts here and there. I don't remember how many we have. We'll open one of these. Okay, so we have like basically these 4 scripts. I believe that's about it for the actual system. Yeah, so we have like an exit button script. This doesn't really matter. It's just closes the GUI. And then we have a disable reset that doesn't really matter either. It's just make sure you can't reset. You can go and delete this if you don't want it for your game. And then, but essentially inside this main and the hover handler, we have like all the stuff. So the hover handler has this function called hover, where we just essentially check for each object in the UI. So these ones. And when we hover, we want it to be like a bigger size. Like if I go ahead and show you here, when we hover, it like goes up in size. And it goes back down when we're not hovering anymore. And by the way, this looks kind of like squished together, but when you're actually playing Roblox, these look perfectly normal. It's because the resolution in studio is different than the player. So essentially we're just making a original size, and this is just the size of the object before hovering. And then we're making a hover size which is just the original size from above, and then we just add a bit of size to it. So we use UDIM2 for 2D elements, and then we just add a bit to the X scale and to the Y scale. So we scale them up. Since it's only 2D, we don't have a Z scale. We only have an X and a Y scale. So that just makes it a bit bigger, and then we just connect it to mouse enter. So whenever we're entering over the object, then we're gonna make it less transparent, meaning it's gonna like look different and look a bit more like dark. Gives like a cool vibe to it. And then instead of just making the size of it hover size, we're gonna actually tween it so it's smooth. So we tween the size to be the hover size, and when we leave, we just do everything like before, but we tween the size to be the original size. So that's about it for the. We have some shop button right here because we want these to open some UI. But that's about the hover stuff, how that works. And then inside the main, we have all the variables because it's like what handles the menu. we have a function called sound playback. So this just plays the sound. Essentially, you can see we turn off the walk speed and jump height, so whenever they're in the menu, they can't move, to avoid any like glitches and stuff. And we have like this little tilt, max tilt, and we just control this down here. I think it's actually down here, yeah. And then we have some sound properties, because we have this little sound effect. You can't hear the audio, but you can like see it's like this is like, yeah, sound weird effect. It's not that obvious right now, but and then we have like the it follows like the cursor of the camera, gives it like more realistic vibe, and there's some audio in the background. So yeah, it's pretty realistic, feels pretty nice compared to some more basic systems. And then down here we just have checked the bindable event, which if you don't know what bindables are, essentially you can use a remote event to fire from the server to client, or opposite, so like communicate between server and client. And you can use the bindable events to communicate between the same scripts. So e.g. you could do it with 2 local scripts, and you can communicate between 2 local scripts, or you could do it with 2 server scripts. So it's just a way of like connecting more easily, instead of having to communicate with the server, for example. And we just, whenever we fire this bindable, we pick it up in here, and we just run this code. This is whenever the play button is pressed, I believe. And then we make it so they can move. We enable the blur, field of view, blah, blah, blah. And we spawn in their character. Essentially, we just pivot it to the part. So that is basically it for this system. I mean, there's some more stuff inside each of these, but I mean, you basically have the freedom to do whatever you want with the system. And quickly, if you want to change this game name to whatever your name is, open the menu UI and go into it's called game name right here, and you just want to type text, and you can change this. So if my game name was Money Simulator, I could do it like this. Oops, there we go. So now it says Money Simulator instead. Yeah, that's basically it for the system. If you guys need any assistance, if it's not working, then you can join the Discord server, get help there. It's also where the systems are. Like, I'm not gonna put it in the description, you have to join the Discord server to get it, but yeah, I mean, all the work is basically done for you. So yeah, that's it. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.